Welcome back. It is Friday, and it is being Guillén. We're excited, and just realized we're both wearing the same Joe Boo.
Joe Boo.
I swear to God, I'm unpacking my stuff back in my house because we moved to a new house, and I even wear this for a little while. And look at this thing. This
Joe Boo Rum. It's a Major League Baseball. If you have never seen it, go watch it. Baseball classic movie. But let's get it real quick. Happy Friday. Baseball's exciting. We're back here on La Vida Baseball, being Guillén. Welcome, boys, to the house. So let's get real quick. Doing it for the gram. It's Halloween time, and my daughter Adela was visiting a graveyard. Check it out.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Hay unos que hablan de los gestos.
Happy Adela, como tú dices, Happy Halloween. Cuidado, Rosa.
And Adela walking around the decoration. Halloween is one of her favorite holidays.
You know what? Mine as well, but for the adult version that I won't be probably getting this year. Halloween's a very, very cool time because it's not very cold.
It was cold last year.
Yeah, but people usually, you're out downtown and you see a lot of outfits or a lot of lack of outfits. And it's really, really fun. But this year, obviously decorations are going up. It feels like everything's flying by, but obviously the most exciting time's coming up, which is playoff baseball.
More stuff coming in my house, and we're going to record me try to do it. Yesterday we have an inflate, a big 6 foot something.
Oh, like an inflatable doll.
Inflatable doll, and it takes me
to fill it up,
3 hours. And it became close to do anything. I just all the song my wife this morning. We did it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, those things are those things are hard to do, and hopefully we get all the guys trick or treating around here and stuff. And but obviously October is great because that means playoff baseball is coming at least. So I know that.
So playoff baseball around the corner. It kicks off on Monday. But before we get into that and the boogeyman grabbing a couple of the teams in that race, Yadier Molina. 2,000 hits as a catcher from Puerto Rico, joins a very elite list. Only one that has won 3,000 hits member. Not a lot of players get to hit 2,000 hits in Major League Baseball. And Yadier Molina did it as a catcher. So do you think this is a big deal for Yadi as 2,000 hits? Do you think this takes him to the Hall of Fame conversation? What do you think this means for him and his career?
Obviously with someone I've seen Yadier his whole career because I'm 34 years old and he's broken in the league a while back, but I've been old enough to see his whole career, all with one team, which is in this day and age is very, it's an accomplishment within itself to do it all with the Cardinals organization. He's won with the Cardinals. Obviously now he's the face of the franchise. As far as the Hall of Fame goes, I'm indifferent. I don't know what the criteria is as far as criteria, like what are they going to judge him on? Because I don't. He doesn't have the offensive numbers as Piazza or Pudge or Johnny Bench or couple other guys that are in the Hall of Fame. I know that they say the Hall of Fame is a dominance or 10 decade. I never thought that Yadier was dominant. He was only dominant on the defensive side of the ball. This is an unbelievable accomplishment. 2,000 hits. Obviously, it's not 3,000, but doing it as a catcher, doing it as a captain of a team, they've been successful even after Albert left. It's a franchise that's always, competing for something. So congratulations to Yadier for doing it. I'm going to have to wait and see if the Hall of Fame drops their criteria, because if they're going to let guys in for defensive stuff, which they let Ozzie Smith in for being a defensive player, then Andrew Jones should be in for being a defensive player, and then Yadier Molina should be in for being a defensive player. So that's how I don't know how the voting is gonna. They're gonna have to drop down, I think, the stuff. But hopefully he does get in. But right now, as it is constructed, in my opinion, he's not a Hall of Famer.
It's funny because I think they will put everything down just because not that many players now are going to get 3,000 hits, 300 wins, 500 home runs. Things change. Hall of Fame need people in the Hall of Fame. And I keep saying that for the last couple of years. When Hall of Fame come up and people say, okay, this guy's winning with 220 wins. Some people in 2025 say, wait a minute, I'm not there. And this guy's there. He's going to be a controversial side, but I think Yadier depends on when. you have to go on the time. I think the most longer you wait, I think you're going to be better chance.
Yeah, so
Because,
basically what you're saying is that going off pitchers is that the way the game is constructed now, no one's ever going to get to 300. Exactly.
So let's check out the video real quick of Yadi getting the 2,000 hits before I give in my 2 cents. Check this video out. Yadier Molina, 2,000 hits, Major League Baseball.
2-2 pitch. Molina serves it into right center. There it is. Hit number 2,000 for Yadier Molina, the 12th catcher in the history of Major League Baseball with 2,000 hits. One of the greatest ever to put on a Cardinals uniform. And there it is, hit number 2,000 for Yadi.
Man, that must have been really cool for Benji Molina, his brother, to be in the booth and be able to do that. And Polo Asensio, awesome friend of the show, part of our team here, a great call. But I'm going to be I disagree with both you guys right now. Yadi Molina has one thing, and one thing that no one seems to take a look into on what it takes to make it to the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is an opinion of a writer. Okay?
No, they love him.
So they love you. When you look at Kirby Puckett's numbers, you say, why did Kirby get in right away? He was a good player. He was liked by the media. I think that Ozzie Smith falls into that. I think if you're a player the media liked, I think there's a lot of things that the media looks at as a winner. I think the Hall of Fame loves making guys go in as a winner. I do think that the criteria is never going to change. I just think that it's going to drop down a level, meaning if guys are going to start getting in with, it's not going to be 3,000 hits, but it's 2,500. So then you have to consider guys like Carlos Beltran right off the bat. He got 2,500 plus hits.
Carlos Delgado.
So there's a lot of guys on the list. Again, the way that it's set up, that you only have 10 years to be in the ballot, is going to be controversial when they start going back. So I think that
because
guys can change.
Because guys are not going to be in because the criteria was old. So you have a Hall of Fame without Dale Murphy, and it's like
I agree. So does Yadi get in? I think in this, he has a very good chance because he has not only loves him,
and it's the right time,
and he has rings.
Right, but the question you asked me was if I thought.
Oh no, if you thought,
he was Hall of Famer, so I gave my opinion.
Again, you gave your opinion. Again, and those are things that when you look at it and you have to analyze, you have to look at the defensive WAR. Those numbers now I think are more valuable than, which help cases like Andrew Jones, than the Gold Glove. Let's be honest. Last year, Yomer Sanchez wins a Gold Glove. The guy can't even get a big league job the next year.
He's a backup player.
So the Gold Glove is overrated. The way they're getting it now. Even back then, they were not looking at metrics. They were looking at E. They were not looking at this gentleman right here was the best defensive shortstop for a period of 5 years. Derek Jeter should have never gotten a Gold Glove.
No.
Omar Vizquel should have never gotten 13 Gold Gloves or whatever as many as he got. So when you're looking at the metrics, okay, in analytics, writers would go on based on their opinion. I don't care if you are the greatest writer of all time and you're a genius. That is your opinion and your bias.
Right. And I don't think me personally, I think hopefully Yadier does get in, like I said, because he's a Latino and it'd be great to have a Puerto Rican in there. I don't even see him as the best defensive catcher of all time. I have him third.
Oh no way, no chance. He's not better than.
I don't think he's better than Pudge or Johnny Bench.
I don't think so either. There's one guy that you guys are not mentioning that never gets brought in the conversation.
Wow,
he got like 10 rings.
Yogi Berra.
Yeah.
So again,
most of Yogi was offensive.
Oh, really?
Check, and also
check the stats.
And I know, but in that particular time,
right? So everything like in life, it's all about where you are, timing.
But again,
the correct timing,
defend this and not going against him. The time of Yogi Berra and Ivan Rodriguez, no one was sidestepping.
No,
he plays in the era of sidestepping. When right now you're looking at catcher's metrics. Guys' numbers are ridiculous. Why? Well, no one's really running. Why? It's not because guys are slower. Sidestepping, no one really believes in taking it.
Nobody is stolen base.
No, they do believe, but they don't want to take the chance. Yeah, but
they don't want to take a chance if you get out.
Why would you take a chance to run on a guy unless you know it's for sure? Getting caught stealing early in the game, they rather say, you know what, we'll take our chances of going for the double play. The analytics speak for itself. Again, before guys were running, you look at guys that were not top-tier runners getting 20, 30 stolen bases. Now, only the elite guys steal. Do I think that Ricky Henderson in this day and age gets as many stolen bases as he had? No, I do not. Why? Guys, look at the leg kicks. Again, that's when our analytics argues of where the game has changed. I think analytics has a place to give players a lot of value. We're seeing it right now in our next topic later on of what's valuable. A batting title, an MVP. Right now, everybody wants Jose Ramirez, who has an amazing year. The FanGraph war, okay? Formula.
He is the best. He is the best offensive player in baseball. The most valuable.
Well, the most valuable, and because of his defense, and because of the record of his team. So again, when you look at all these numbers, okay, and you look at matchups, I love analytics to compare players on what they do on the field. Do I think that I love it to make decisions right at the moment of a game? No, I'm not a big fan of it. But again, they have a place and a time, and we're seeing right now, okay, where everything goes out the window. 60-game season, so that's a variable. A lot of teams right now, I don't care what you say about this season. This is a wild season. The Giants are in the playoffs today.
So are the Marlins.
So the season ended today. The Marlins and the Giants are in. So if you looked at the Marlins and the Giants roster, and you thought in the beginning of the year that they were playoff worthy, you are out of your mind. So they're in it. So a 60-game season, anything can happen. And we're seeing, obviously, teams slumping and teams that are getting red hot. What effect is this going to have in the playoff play?
Well, I mean, obviously, I think no matter – we've said it before on the show that no matter what happens, people are going to poke holes at it. Me being a baseball purist, I think this season is it's cute. It's whatever. It's exciting. Yes, someone's going to get a trophy. Do I put someone winning this World Series, do I put them in the same level as a team that went through 162 games and had to win the division?
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Well, I now ring just like everything, but I think I think for measurement of next season, okay, when general managers are sitting down and they're analyzing their team, if you are the Marlins, for example, or the Giants, and you happen to get into the World Series, I'm gonna even throw the White Sox in there.
If you make the mistake and think that you're actually good,
correct,
then you don't have to make the list. So very
today,
bad.
Again, Major League Baseball might help these teams out, okay, getting that 16-team, 18 playoff going in. I'm going to tell you guys why. I'll give the Chicago White Sox example. White Sox fans, do not get mad at me. Jerry, I'm apologizing beforehand. Everyone that's a White Sox, I'm not doing this because I'm trying to be negative. I'm doing this as a reality of baseball. Between the years of 2003, okay, and I use the White Sox example. I can go to the Cubs if you guys want. To the year of 2012, when the White Sox were competing, having winning records, okay, they only went up, according to the statistics that we looked. I think it was Forbes. They went up in value around $400 or $500 million. Okay, the value of the team from 2013, okay, to 2020, the White Sox have been one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball. Their value has almost been $900 million.
Wow.
Okay, when you look at the teams that have won the World Series, correlating to making money, winning the World Series does not bring that much of a difference financially to a team as to a team that gets into the playoffs. So the more teams that get to playoffs, the more season tickets you're going to sell because there is hope. The more money you're going to
So basically what he's saying is that you think that MLB is going to adopt
the more teams that
more
get to the
playoff
playoffs,
teams.
the more playoffs.
If they did it with 60 games, they should do 162. Because I think it's great.
Well, I think with 162, I think it gives it more merit.
Yeah, but I think
because it's actually a long season.
If they do that, okay, they need to have the divisional teams not play in the first round.
It needs to be a bye.
Because right now, there's really no incentive to winning the first round, to getting the division.
Right, because if you win the division, you still got to play. When it should be, if you win the division,
you should at least have one game.
You automatically advance.
No. Or just say you have automatic win. You only have to win one more to advance. The other team that plays you has to win 2 times.
Right. So because now it's like, okay, I won the division, but why do I have to play like every other team? The only thing that helps them is that they play a weaker team.
Well, a weaker team really in this thing. So the Twins, for example, are the only team that's trying to go for it because they don't want to face the Yankees. Why?
Then also says again.
Yes.
They're really
so like everything in baseball and in life, it all comes down to money. So MLB will probably adopt this for the future. I hate it because I'm a big watcher of the NBA. You have a lot of
but I think with FanDuel, with gambling, the excitement,
And the television
the
contracts.
television contracts. I think more people are
They
into
should.
it. Everyone's pumped up. I think they're going to expand it, maybe 162 games with more teams in the playoffs. Again, that gives.
I think they
team
should
more,
do like 130.
No, I think they should do 140, 150, and add another team in the playoff. That's what.
No, they're not going to add one team. They're going to add. It's going to be 8 and 8.
Yeah, 16 total.
I know. Okay, 16, but they got to short the season and make it interesting.
I think if you make a 130 game season,
That's too long. That's
well, too
That's-
short. We
that's-
just played.
no,
we just
that's
played
good.
60.
I think that's good.
We just played 60 games.
I wish they can play 120, but
Well, again, and it's also based on the players. We had guys in a 16-game season get rest.
that's bad.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw that one out there for all the young players out there, for all the tough guys.
I mean, usually back in like 2002, 60 games, you got guys that I'm like, I'm playing every day.
Iron Man.
Cal Ripken's rolling over.
Not only Cal Ripken, guys that
I
are
play
playing
every day.
No, but I'm saying
I
I'll
play
see
every
this.
day.
I think when you play every day, it takes a toll on you. But I understand that guys don't play every day. It's money, it's platooning, it's all this. But in a 60-game season, when guys that are 22 years old are saying, "I need rest," that to me,
By the way,
that's
John
embarrassing.
Crutch said a couple of days ago, but I bring it up in the show. I say some players are tired, and my coworkers again, he's like, "What?" I said, "How many was so tired?" "No, 60 game, no day off." And I go, "God, please, if you need 60 game, you tired right now. How the manager going to believe in you for the next 3-4 days? 5 days, 10 days?
You played You played 7 inning double headers with a runner on second for extra innings, and you're tired.
Yeah.
Come on,
No.
again.
Not even in the men's league.
Marshmallow baseball. It's okay, guys. Every era has it. I praise you. I'm into you. Again, I think that the way that teams are viewing now the playoffs, I think social media has completely changed that in 1 week. And I already said this, by the way, and I'm saying in the show, if he ever manages again,
Yeah, we're getting.
the first thing that I would do, okay, La Vida Baseball, don't get mad. I will deactivate my account on all social media.
to avoid all the.
Just because there are so many crazies out there. The manager's White Sox, the manager of the White Sox, regardless of what you thought about him or anything, went from being manager of the year, okay, to being the most hated, worst guy
in Chicago.
in Chicago.
But they just was waiting for that particular moment.
Well, I'm just saying moment, but I'm saying I'm going to give credit to no one's talking about them. Charlie Montoyo, great year with the Toronto Blue Jays. Going to be a manager of the candidate for manager of the year. He played in freaking
The guy
Buffalo.
from Tampa.
Well, he's gonna win it. He's gonna win the
Oh,
guy.
better be.
But Sandy Alomar and the Indians. Sandy took over Terry Francona in his illness. We're wishing Terry always the best, but Sandy put the team back in. He's doing a great job. It's going to be.
Listen, we have a lot of people writing in our comments about. We got guys that want you to manage the Mets, guys that want you to manage the Dodgers.
Dodgers.
Yeah, well, if they don't win, because obviously. So yeah, Ozzy's willing to manage any team as long as it's the right situation and they want him. I'm sure he's willing to listen.
But I even think now, I think that the social media, even on the players, okay, every single day, everyone's on there, everyone's looking, everyone's making the changes. So
I also think that this type of season, we are judging these games like they were playoff games. So there's more eyeballs.
More TV,
Usually you wait till October to do this. Now fans are starting to fight. They're like looking at every move.
Well,
and I will say this for the fans: fans aren't as dumb as they look.
I beg to differ.
No, there's a lot of fans out there.
Yesterday's move.
No, because there's a lot of fans out there that say before it happens, why is this happening?
Well, yesterday's move, and again, I'm not going to get into. I don't. There's really no point in bringing that up. That move was a bad move because there's moves in baseball that if you go with the righty or lefty or whatever, you go with a guy. It's like. Sometimes you're going to get hit. It happened to him a couple of times. Pitched to Jim Thome. Jim Thome took him deep. Brought in a different guy. Jim Thome took him deep. There's times
when he was in the Twins?
There's times when guys get beat.
But you put yourself in a particular time that people talk about you. But I bring one day Miguel Carrera and Victor Martinez. I walk Carrera to pitch to Victor. He take me deep.
Yeah, he beat you.
Yeah. Then next day, same situation. I say, I got Santos on the mound.
Sergio.
And I got Crisel warming up. Then I say, what? I know that ain't gonna happen. I preach to Miguel. He take me deep. Then it's 2 out of 2.
Okay. But again, that's my point.
And the torture when Tommy went deep, he like it's the best lefty.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Again, that's what I mean. Mariano Rivera got walked off in the playoffs
And a World Series.
If It happens. Dennis Eckersley, the most dominant pitcher of his time, got taken deep by a guy in one leg.
Okay, but
but here's the part that I'm saying is those are the right moves. You get beat by the right move.
Yes.
If Sandy Alomar gets beat leading Shane Bieber in a 7-inning game, and gets beat in a 7-inning game, that was the right move. He's been doing it. But when you make a move that you've never done before,
that's my point.
That's the point.
You want to save
when you judge.
You want to save your butt. You want to save your butt.
Yeah.
You want to save your butt. You bring in Bummer with the bases loaded. No one says anything.
Correct. And even if they, even if they hit Bummer, because it's going to happen. That's the right move.
And then they ask you, why did you do that? That's my best pitcher out of the bullpen. Question over.
Well, no,
when you bring in this guy who they called up, you open up for a lot of questions, a lot of scrutiny. If he would have gotten a 1-2-3 inning, they still would have asked him, why are you going with this guy?
I think it's not fair, and I think again, I look at the right. I think it's not fair when you bring a guy. Okay, you need to know the situation the guy is in. You don't throw him in the fire right away, coming in from an injury.
No.
And now,
okay, you know what Frank Thomas say to the producer on the show? We should have a camera when we watching the game.
No.
To see everything because I ask all the time. I'm in the show. I say it before. I say it to you guys.
No. Because second guessing
after the fact, people always agree.
Well, I'll give you an example of why I think teams are preparing themselves better than other teams. Teams are slumping. Okay, home runs. Okay, Bomba Squad, 300 home runs. Couldn't hit a foul ball off the Yankees. Home run teams slump in postseason. Very, very hard to win.
Because good pitching.
When you're looking at your matchup, okay, bullpen and starting pitching. McKenzie, the kid from the Indians, to the bullpen, might be the best arm on the team. Why? He's been used to getting warmed up from the pen, meaning he knows what he's doing. People don't know that warming up and coming in the 7th inning is not the same as being a starter.
Nope.
Your adrenaline, the situation, even the walk from the bullpen, all those things are taken to that. So when you're looking at the playoff matchups, those are all things that we're going to have to take into consideration and the way that you manage the game. And I think that sometimes we do so much things with analytics that we're like, oh, that's not the analytical move you had to make. Well, if you're going by analytics, that guy shouldn't even be in the game because he's never even had that opportunity to do that.
Let me put you something funny. And what you just say, walking in the bullpen, be prepared and stuff. In the All-Star game, Cito, I don't remember his first name.
Gasson.
Who's that?
Cito Gasson.
No, Cito, the pitcher, lefty.
Oh, Barry
Cito.
Barry Zito.
I say Cito warming up. He pitched the second, third inning. I look good. I got goosebumps. And I look up in the bullpen and don't see him. I don't see him. And I got panic because all the song I had to tell the guy, go back to the pitcher who was. I don't know who it was. And all the song I look around and start screaming to Cooper. I said, where's Cito? He's not. Cito was behind me. You know what he told me? Ozzy, don't worry about me. I'm ready to go. I just took a couple balls. I'm not used to come
out of the bullpen.
Yeah. He wants to walk
off the dugout.
I need to come out of the dugout.
Yeah, he didn't want to come running.
No, I never did. I never did. In that time, I never have. It might be late in his career. But the guy say, like you say, mentally, you got to come out.
And you know what? That is why we're very excited for this weekend to come. Sox, Cubs, both teams are doing terrible. Huge series taking place at the guaranteed rate field. Indians are one game behind them. The Twins are above them. It has a lot of implications. And I'm inviting you. I will be in Wrigleyville on Saturday.
Doing what?
Probably just drinking and watching the game. So I'm going to go around.
I invite you to our office.
Yeah. Well, you guys are that. So everybody come out there and watch. It's going to be very exciting. Sox, Cubs, great series. And it's going to be like literally because both teams are doing awful. They're both limping into the playoffs. And they always bring about 05, the Sox were limping. They were limping before they played the Indians.
Okay,
the Sox swept the Indians.
Can I ask him? I wanted to ask him this today. When you're in that run, obviously I was in the clubhouse, so I knew the atmosphere, the conversations every day. But I wanted for you to tell people, what's it like when a team is slumping and you've been in the lead the whole time, and then they take the lead away, or you are now fighting from behind? How do you deal with that day by day as a player and as a manager to be able to get out of that?
I told you said last night. Say, guys, take it one day at a time. Whatever happened the night before, it mean anything. Okay, it mean anything today. And I think it depends what team you have. If I have a team, when I say something, they know no matter how hard I was or how dirty I was, he know I was whatever I say was for the best of the ball club.
Yeah.
Right nowadays, I have to learn. I know how to learn. I know how to see who's the guys in the room. To see, I say tomorrow's a new day.
Well, no
crap.
No, Captain. It was
a new day. But you gotta say, hey guys, continue to fight. It's one thing about it. In this room, we have to believe in ourselves, no matter what people think out of this room.
Well,
that's what I think.
I'm going to tell you something as not a big league player, but as a former player. When you're going bad, there's no such thing as I'm going to turn it on.
No.
What?
Hold on. There's no such thing. When you're at the plate and you feel like Luis Robert right now couldn't hit water if he fell off a boat.
Yeah.
Why? He's caught in between. When you're going bad, Javier Baez right now, he's going bad. McCann, all you guys are going bad. You don't just you want to go into the playoffs feeling good. I feel comfortable at the plate. I'm hot. They are going backwards into the playoffs.
Well, then that's when we seen guys.
But you know why?
That's not good.
They were playing against
independently. Yeah, but I'm saying
that was bad.
That's when you see guys like Barry Bonds, A-Rod, early in their careers. The numbers, some of them struggled in the playoffs. Even Ken Griffey Jr.
No pitch to them.
What I'm saying, not only they didn't pitch them, but they were pressing. Maybe they didn't get him in the right time, and then you see them later on in their careers. Ivan Rodriguez, his years with Texas compared to the years with the Marlins. With the Marlins, he started getting hot in September, and literally
it was on fire.
He said, "Get on my toes." He carries. So we saw with Carlos Beltran the year that he went off in the postseason.
He caused the White Sox.
He caused the White Sox. No, but again, so I think
exactly. Jose Contreras going into the playoffs. You feel good as a player, and you're like, okay, I feel good. I feel great. So that's what concerns me with both these teams. I feel right now that they're both going to get in, and they're both get bounced in the first round.
By the way, you like when talking about Jose Contreras, we go by that's the way why we lost in '93, I think, because Jim Lamont
he went with his ace instead of going with the hottest pitcher.
Yes,
he went with
Gamma down.
Instead of going with Wilson.
What you know what we do? I said, who's the best? We should start with Mark Burley. He was the best guy.
The Cubs are the same thing.
He should be number one. I would say no.
Yes, they're hoping that Chris Bryant. They're hoping that Chris Bryant comes back to help the offense going. But the offense can't do anything. But neither can the Sox. So they're going in this thing. Jose Abreu, he's been hot the whole time. You see, he had a good series.
Do you guys think that he wins the MVP?
I don't know.
Man, I really don't know because what Ramirez did.
I don't think Ramirez will win.
How about Beaver?
I don't think a pitcher should win the MVP.
How about you're right. How about?
I don't think pitchers should win the MVP.
You know what? I like the White Sox next to couple in this series. I don't know today. It will be hard because they're facing Darvish.
Another guy that's nasty.
Okay, but the last two games they're facing
Darvish against
Quintana.
Lester first. Lester first.
Lester and Quintana. And the White Sox through the year killing lefty. You're not talking about hitting.
Well, they destroy lefty, so it might get.
So but my point is, you have to win. You have to beat Darvish first. Because if the Twins win today and the Sox lose, that's a 2-game lead.
So when they vote, okay, and again, all these teams are in the playoffs. When you vote, people need to know this. Any awards that are going to be voted on happen before the playoffs. So Jose Abreu's vote is going to come soon. Right now, I know that Plesac yesterday was going for the ERA leader, and he's definitely not.
Yeah, they're asking us different things. If is Jose Abreu the MVP? Right? Is Jose Abreu the MVP?
Again,
I think he's top 2.
No, but I'm saying, now look at the numbers. Everyone says Anaheim sucks. Anaheim was 3 games away from being in the playoffs.
Correct.
Mike Trout, I think TA needs to make a conversation. I think that he's going for the batting title.
I don't think he's going to win the batting title.
But I'm saying, no, but he's in the competition.
Yes.
I think the numbers that he produced as a shortstop, I think when you look at his runs scored, I think that he doesn't have more RBIs.
Another question from Hunter Miller. Can the Rays make a World Series run?
Yes.
Tampa.
You know why? Because
Snell, Glasnow,
because they've used everyone.
Yes, okay, and they've competed against really good teams.
Against good teams, and that lineup, anyone that's on that bench, from the last player to the first player, they've been playing the whole time. They've used pitchers in every situation. So when someone has to save a game in the 9th inning, and there's 15 options, they've all done it.
And one other question: would you bench Gary Sanchez in the playoffs? The Yankees?
No,
catcher?
I make him DH.
Yankees would be a team that I do not want to face in the playoffs. Why? Good bullpen, great hitting. We'll see what happens. Yes. Yeah, I don't want to see Garrett Cole game one in a short
also
series.
The pressure, the meeting that Aaron Boone has to have, just like the meeting that Dave Roberts is going to have. Meaning,
we're the favorites.
We're the favorites. Do or die. We need to prove ourselves. Forget what the season happened. One guy's going to say because they didn't play too well. The other guy says we dominated like we always have. This is our postseason. We won eight divisions. Let's make it happen. We want to get to the World Series.
And last question from Jose Rosario. What do you think the Mets are missing for them to take the next step?
Health.
I think that they've got some bad contracts with Robbie. I think that stuff needs to leave. I think they had a weird offseason with Cespedes, new first-year manager. They had the controversy with Carlos. The Mets are in a tough spot. Just like if the Phillies
They're hiding
if the Phillies miss the playoffs and the Marlins get in, we have Manny Colon watching. Hopefully, Manny gets a good playoff money. But it's very interesting to be able to, if you saw the Marlins in the playoffs and you don't see the Philadelphia
Phillies.
Phillies.
Saying that when you see the Mets, okay, they're going to have money. Is how they spend it. It's not spending it crazy. I think
what's his name? Anderson.
You have to make
new president
better. Sandy Alder.
Sandy.
And another question by Cam Ash. Would you bench Luis Robert even though he has a great glove because he's slumping?
Well, they did it yesterday.
I think they day off, but no, he has to play.
No,
best players play. If Luis Robert, he can go over, and that's another thing. These guys, people are like, they haven't been paid. These guys were paid already.
Yeah,
they were paid. Moncada was paid. Luis Robert was paid. The Sox future is bright, but like my man here said, nothing is guaranteed.
Do you know who's the most dangerous guy right now, pitching wise? Beaver, Trevor Bauer, because every time what they do, they know that's more zeros.
Trevor Bauer, his bank account is going boom. Every time he starts, he just went on 3 days rest. Boom, boom.
He'll be the top free agent.
He will be the top free agent, which
every time he wins a game,
I guarantee you,
deeper, it means the team's out of the race.
I guarantee, I'm going to say right here, Bauer, he'll be a Yankee.
I said that too. People are saying that you can't be teammates with Garrett Cole again. I'm like,
yes, they can.
They don't.
Where was teammates?
No, in Bauer pitching
Cleveland.
Yeah, so very exciting stuff that we're going to watch. I invited everyone to Wrigleyville. Is there anything else that we need to hit on?
You pay?
Well, I didn't say that. I might buy a beer, but that's it.
I think that this is going to be the most exciting week going into
the playoffs. I never thought.
Our World Series prediction, mine has always been Yankees-Dodgers.
Hey, my prediction? I don't know, man.
I said in the beginning it was going to be Yankees-Dodgers. The way, however they match up in the American League, I think the Dodgers come out from the National League.
Tampa,
but I think Tampa Dodgers. Also, depending who Cleveland gets, the only team that I can see Cleveland having a really hard time against is the Twins. No, it's the Twins. I think that the Twins have played them really well. They have their number. They look them across.
The Twins have dominated.
They dominated. Just like the White Sox in 2005 did not want the Indians to get in.
No.
Because we knew that they had our number. Do you have that team when you look at the other side and you say, ooh, they know how to get to us. And you know that as an opponent.
Wow, no one even picks the Astros. The Astros are an afterthought.
No, I know, but again, they're not going in as favorites.
Dusty. No, I don't. Everybody, no. We're all going to celebrate when the Astros lose and hit a couple trash cans in their honor.
Well, I will say this though. I am very disappointed at all the media. Okay, and I said this the last show. There's so many great options. We're going to be firing guys throughout the postseason. We're going to be hiring guys for the postseason. Please do not send AJ Hinch should be our manager messages. Okay? It looks ignorant.
Hopefully we don't get...
No. Even the media. Do not write an article saying this guy will be the best person for the job.
That's ignorant.
This guy cheated, okay? That sends the wrong message to the game, okay? There's a lot of options out there of a lot of guys that are qualified with a lot of very different backgrounds that should get an opportunity before someone that cheated as a manager, as the head coach. I don't care if someone twisted your arm. I don't care what you were going through. That was on your watch, okay? So you got suspended for 60 games and you're going to come back and manage. If that happens, oh boy, that's not good because I might have to get off the air.
Then Pete Rose should be Hall of Fame.
Well, I'm saying then you have to go. Then players shouldn't even get.
Barry Bonds should be Hall of Fame.
So Again,
Rodriguez should be Hall of Fame.
today's a very hard day for the Marlins fans and fans of baseball. We remember today Jose Fernandez, one of the youngest, most amazing, talented pitchers to ever come in the game of baseball. Unfortunately, his life was taken too early. But which tells us one thing: we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And when guys go out there and have the ability to play baseball and just be healthy, you just have to go with it, man. Be happy and have fun. And I think that's the teams that go in with that mentality. We win, you lose, you lose. Fans and everyone needs to understand, when you step into that field, and I said it yesterday in a tweet, and again, I wish my wife and I wish everybody defended me, the media defended me like they defend certain people. Like they find oh no, but this happened in 1975, and this, we know that you like the guy, but you call out when you have to call out people. It is what it is. Just do it. Just stop defending people. When all the marketing ploys, okay, all the articles, all the La Vida baseballs, all the information, all the Twitter, all the hype, none of that matters. All the stats, okay, none of that matters to the guys that are on both sides of the dugout, because everything is decided in between those white lines. Okay?
Yeah.
Your mommy and your daddy let your hand go, and your marketing department can no longer say, we're going to go get you, or change the game, or, change your hands. We all in. We fight with your claws up. Do or die, us before them. None of that matters. Okay? None of that matters that you were hitting 500 against lefties on Sundays with the sun out halfway to the moon. It does not matter. It is what is done on the field, and players know that. And when they look across, that's why Jose Abreu, when we talk about MVP, the reason that he's one of my top candidates, every single time his team has come up with the game on the line, he said, I stepped up. I did my job.
He did.
Ramirez did his job. So when I look at that, guys that are competing, Trevor Bauer, the reason that I say that this guy's taking it to the next level, this guy, every time the Reds give him the ball,
I'm very impressed. I mean, he talked a lot of crap.
He steps up and does it.
He backed it up.
And we've seen it last year with the World Series. The Nationals winning with the best staff, Scherzer.
By the way, before we get off the air, have you guys seen in the last 20 years, MLB has not had a repeat champion?
And this is the best part. And you
what
think,
a great league.
And by the way, and you think that your team's going to be the special one.
How about
that's going to win back to back?
They might even go to the.
No, they're not going. So it's going to be.
But in the last 20 years, this is why I love MLB, because it's so hard to predict. They have not had a repeat champion. You know how hard that is? Soccer, football. Other teams always have repeat champions. That means that baseball, basketball, it's so hard to predict.
And here's the best part.
20 years.
For all the analytical people in the world, the two teams that have the most rings in that time are the St. Louis Cardinals
the Boston Red Sox.
and the Giants.
No, that was before. I'm talking about, the Giants too.
Do you think Bruce Bochy was reading analytics?
Boston.
He's got like 40.
No, Boston, the Giants, and the Cardinals.
That's what I'm saying, though. So they have the most in a span of time.
Yeah.
But again, when you're that team that says, we need to do this, bring this thing, I'm like, really? Because, by the way, everyone has the same numbers now. Everyone has Tableau. Everyone has Excel. Everyone has all the same numbers. You're not Billy Bean before Moneyball when you had a secret. Everyone has the same information.
When they talk about Billy Bean got the best pitching staff in the game.
Oh, he did.
But they got 4 guys superstar in each position.
Yeah.
He got one of the best catchers. He got one of the best outfield. And Billy Bean, I'm sorry, brother, I read your book. Okay, maybe you save some money, but for some reason, I know that you got an MVP, 2 MVP. You got a tremendous third base, one of the best I ever see. You got unbelievable shortstop, second base off the hook, first base hit a home run. Then, nah.
Yeah,
but again,
he had good players, but they never won. He found a way.
He found the right guys to compete. Tampa does it. By the way, kudos to the White Sox. Whoever found that guy, whoever's responsible.
Crochet?
Why the guy was there last night to pitch that inning?
Well, that's a different story. Crochet, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Ardella, who's learning how to talk, said, that guy's good, daddy.
He's
a little bit
because
weird.
They brought in good old Jimmy Reliable Cordero.
He was the one. By the way,
hey, Cordero was the one that loaded the bases.
Okay, but Crochet, though, if I was in a conversation, Crochet showed up to the big leagues.
Every day.
Crochet showed up to the big leagues, okay? Just like Bobby Jinks did. And he looked around and he said, I am better than all of you. Literally, like he just threw a couple times. You look at the reaction of good hitters. They're like, I don't know how good he's gonna be. He has a very, very, very good arm. So whoever scouted him,
future closer.
Hey, by the way, I will put him in the closet right now. By the way, when Frank see him, he said, I don't know the name, the weird looking guy. I said, what? And he tried to compare him with Chris Sale. I said, no way. What I mean, no way, because I have Chris Sale.
I don't think Chris.
He's not so that hard.
I don't think, and even with Bobby, and even with guys, Bobby James could have been a starter.
So if you're smart,
I'm saying this guy just went up there and said,
if you're smart,
said, here it is.
If you're smart,
number one.
If you're smart, you make him. You put Column in the 8th, and I'm going to bring the kid in there.
Hey, good old. This is what. By the way,
yeah, hard.
Grandal and McCann only have one number. Good old number one.
Yeah,
literally, he's literally gone up there and said, "I thought it was his first game because it was inexperienced."
I'm more impressed with he throws a lot of strikes.
That's what I mean, though. But he's up there, and he goes right at you.
Why stop?
Howard, they got Hayward.
Very
Howard. I like them when you come to the big leagues, okay, and you throw strikes right away.
Foster.
They got
a great bullpen. And for the next few years, hopefully the
same thing. By the way, same thing with the Indians. McKenzie, the weird, the curveball guy that he's all doing.
And Flacco.
Then they got Oliver Perez coming out in a wheelchair. Great, so many good bullpens, and this is what I like about this postseason. None of this crazy. I'm going to take out my starter and bring in my closer in the second inning. You can't do that. You play every day, so we're not going to see. This might help Dave Roberts and teams like that. Just play the game, manage. No crazy stuff of like I'm going to do this. No stupid
overrated thought.
Correct. So thank you guys so much for being here on La Vida Baseball. Check out our podcast
this weekend.
Check out the podcast. Check us out on Mondays and Wednesdays on our live show hosted by our amazing crew. And then Hispanic Heritage. Keep checking out our social media for all the great content that we've been having. And stay here, man. We've been literally going to have the funnest playoff run. And good luck to everyone out there. And good luck to the fans. I know it's going to be hard for you. For some of you, it's going to be the best time of your life. Come on, November, for you, it's going to be hard, but it's not going to be easy for anyone. Only a couple of teams get to go 11-1 in the postseason.
See you, Adela.
See you guys.
And Ozzie Joseph.
You don't know that.
Neither does Adela.
For me out there.
Thank you, guys.
See y'all also.